Welcome back to Westeros. Game of Thrones is back after what seemed like an eternity, also known as the time in between the release of George R.R. Martin's books. Right like the wind, dude. And though the previous 3 seasons' openers tended to be slow starters, the same definitely cannot be said of Two Swords, which jumps right back into the action. Hey, it's hard to go back to slow and steady after the expectations demolition that was the Red Wedding in Season 3, no? In the April 6th premiere, a fan-favorite character from the books finally made his debut, and he was well worth the wait, while one of the Stark girls finally went to the dark side. And it was awesome. Here are our 5 favorite moments from the Season 4 opener. News: we ranked the 21 most important deaths on Game of Thrones. So far. Pedro Pascal, Indira Varma, Game of Thrones Helen Sloan/HBO. 5. Newcomers steal the episode. 2 major new players were introduced in the opening hour. Prince Oberyn Martell, Pedro Pascal, came to King's Landing for the big royal wedding and made quite the entrance. Not only did he shake things up with his sexual appetite, but also with his appetite for revenge against the Lannisters and the Mountain, the Hun's brother, for the death of his sister Elia, who was married to Aegon Targaryen, the son of the Mad King, and his young nephew. Tell him the Lannisters aren't the only ones who pay their debts, he threatens Tyrion, Peter Dinklage. Can we keep Prince Oberyn, aka the Red Viper, forever? Photos: get a sneak peek at Game of Thrones Season 4. 4. New actor, same flirtation, another actor making a splash. Michael Huisman is the new Daario Naharis, who was played by Ed Skrein in Season 3, the pain in the army/love interest for Daenerys, Emilia Clarke, who is also busy dealing with 3 unruly dragons. Teenagers are just the worst, no? Though our girl acts like he's the best, half-heartedly threatening to make him walk barefoot for annoying her, he does manage to make her smile during the hour with a lesson in the land's flowers, which he calls strategy, a welcome sight. 3. Snow gets dirty. Jon Snow, Kit Harington, is questioned about his time with the wildlings and makes no apologies about breaking his vows, telling the council, "I laid with a wildling girl." Referring to Ygritte, of course, who is out for revenge. And though most rangers die for breaking their Night's Watch promise, there's no time for punishment with the wildlings preparing to make their attack on the north. Good thing Jon has inside info about their plans, no? Photos: check out the Games of Thrones stars out of costume. Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Lena Headey, Game of Thrones Neil Davidson/HBO. 2. The most twisted love story ever continues. After refusing his father Tywin's Charles Dance orders to leave King's Landing, and his position in the King's Sword, for Casterly Rock, Jaime Nikolai Coster-Waldau and his one hand are rejected by Cersei Lena Headey, his twin sister/lover/mother of his children, even after she has a gold prosthetic hand created for him. Practical? No. Elegant? Yes. Everything's changed. You come back after all this time with no apologies in one hand and expect everything to be the same, Cersei says while rebuffing his advances. So why is she so pissed? You left me alone, she accuses, adding that he took too long. News: Game of Thrones gets the sitcom treatment. Maisie Williams, Rory McCann, Game of Thrones Helen Sloan/HBO. 1. The taste for blood. Raise your hand if you'd so watch a spin-off that solely focused on Arya, Maisie Williams, and the Hound's Rory McCann, adventures on the road. The duo didn't make an appearance until the final scene, but oh, what a scene it was. During the travels, they stumbled upon Beliver, the man who stole Arya's sword, Needle, which was given to her by Jon and one of the names on her death list. Cue an amazing conversation between Beliver and the Hound, which turns deadly with the latter saying, "FK the King," before an epic fight sequence ensues. And while the